Hey, hello. I'm going to show here a component I made for Unreal Engine. It's a component that spawns audio components around the player at random distances and random rates. So, well, this is the component in C++. Basically plays 4 one-shot types and also a background loop, and I added another loop for wind. But well, you can play whatever. There are 2 loops and 4 one-shots. And well, I made a blueprint based on the C++ and attached it to the player. And well, I used it for insects to create an ambience that follows the player. So I added 4 one-shots and, well, the background loop and a wind loop. And you can set up a minimum and maximum spawn distance from the player, and each time the component spawns one component, it chooses a random value between these two, and the same for the rate. The rate for the next spawn will be a random time between these 2 values that you set up. And you can set up the level and choose the sound. And it also added a time value that will be sent to these Metasounds, so it plays different sounds depending on the time of the day. So this component has a lot of randomization, but the Metasounds also add a lot more, and I will show you the Metasounds I made now. Well, first maybe I can start showing this. This is the time of the day, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., like that. And right now it's night, so it's dark. And there in purple you can see the components being spawned around the player. Well, now the time goes very quickly, so you notice a lot the change on the background. All right. So, for instance, let's see, the 4 one-shot, these are treated as one-shots on the actor component I showed you, but each one-shot of each metasound can play more than one sound. I'll show you. I added a lot of randomization for this. So these are the patches that plays the sound, and I made two types. This one plays just one sound, and there is another one that you can enter how many times it will play the sound. Here, for instance, I selected a maximum of 3. And the probability from 0 to 1, that means if the sound will play or not. It's set up according to the time of the day, right? If it's the time that this bird should be heard, it will have a higher probability. And well, I divided this in day birds and night birds. So for instance, this is the Metasound patch that plays one time a sound. You can set up the minimum and maximum delay. Okay, so when the bird's Metasound is played, you don't hear all the birds at the same time. So for instance, this one I set it up min and max of 0 and 2 seconds, so it will play between that range. And this is a trigger filter with a probability. So this is the probability that it will play the sound with this random selector. And well, in the other case, will not play anything. So, well, each array is like a family of birds, different kind of birds. Let's see. These, for instance, are like this. These ones are like another kind of bird. Well, as I was saying, I made this one that plays just one sound, and this one that plays up to the amount you set up. Like in this case, it could be play from 1 to 3 times a sound from this array. Well, a lot of this is just to count and make sure that there is an output when it finishes, so the bird's Metasound stops properly unfinished. Okay. And the other notes I used for all these Metasounds is this one. This one, you input the time of the day and you enter here the time. These numbers are values from 0 to 23.99, where you enter when you want to this sound to be played. That means a probability, right? So, for instance, this is a day bird. It will start, the probability to be heard will start racing at 3 a.m. and from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. will have the highest probability to be heard, and after 12 p.m. will be 0. For instance, I don't know, here's 2, here the value should be 0. You see, 0. And 11 and 9 should be 1. Oh, no, sorry, will be 0.8 because we set it up here. So the maximum probability of this sound to play in this time will be 80%. So we don't hear all the birds all the time. And well, I set up different fades, times of the day for each bird also, so you don't hear like at 6 a.m. birds and 5 a.m. no birds. So this is like more smooth. Well, the night birds, it's a similar node, just that I had to make another one because here, well, the night birds starts playing at 6 p.m. and finishes in the beginning of the day. So this node is a little different to output the correct values, but it's the same idea. And well, I also randomized a little bit the level of each family of sounds, birds in this case. And well, also the level will be randomized on the actor component I showed before, because it has randomization for the spawn distance, but this is another layer of randomization. And yeah, that's it. All this is just to make sure the Metasound finishes properly. So, well, I show you, but 12 p.m., 7, there could be a one shot that plays nothing too, depends on the probability. That's a night. Okay. Well, and I made the same for the other one shots, like the crickets, crickets. I think I made just night crickets. Yes, three different kind of night crickets. These two uses the same probability, just because I wanted. I thought it was okay. And this one, but I'll play at night. Frogs, I think, yeah, I made day frogs and night frogs with the same notes. And weird bugs, like weird noises or something. Well, there's nothing there. Let's see. Ah, there it goes. Sometimes you need to wait. Okay. And that's it. And then, well, the background ambience, it also has the time input. So I chose a background like a little, like trees or just noise for the day. Maybe it's a little, no, here, sorry. That's the day loop I chose, and then a couple of cricket beds. There are also one-shot crickets, but these are bed of crickets for the night. Like this. Okay. And also, well, here the same. In this case, the same notes I used before. Instead of setting the probability, they are controlling the level, but it's the same. From 0 to 1, it will be crossfading according to the range entered here. And in this case, yeah, okay. And the last one, it's a little subtle. I left it low, but I made this wind with Metasounds, just using noise. And I tried to make it not repetitive too, and stereo. So these two are almost the same. Setting up a random value called intensity. Okay, with like there's a period value variable that is set all the time to a different value, and so the period always changes, and based on that value it controls an LFO that will control like a low cut frequency of a filter or different things here based on modifying a pink noise generator. And this one, I haven't added any time of the day input, so it's just like this. It has a high pitch like a whistle and a low rumble sound. You see here, intensity controls different things. But this period of the wind to come and go is not always the same. It's not periodic. That's why I'm setting this variable. So, well, I will show one more time one whole day. Okay. And well, that's it. Thank you. See you soon.